action thing. It's not about you hit them. But you know what? Good, because they added, they made the writing support, the lack of visuals.
Yeah.
But still, it's just that thing in itself. I hit them. Like, if you're gonna do Secret Invasion, you need scrolls, you need numbers, and you need fights. I just feel like a project that's a TV show that has, again, big budget, right? 200 M's. That's a big budget. But once it's spliced over like 9 episodes, it kind of shrinks and it becomes tougher to fulfill as much visual per episode. Like that kind of scale kind of deteriorates. That, like, quality versus quantity versus like the actual like amount of times we see the scrolls. Like, all of that has to balance. If it can't balance, then you're not gonna have a full story. So
not just scrolls.
Make certain sacrifices.
We also had super scrolls in here, but only like 2 of them. So
exactly, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to need to animate 2 super scrolls with like 20 different powers each, you gotta dial it back on the numbers.
Yep. And that's partially why I say, like, this, it's not just the, the lack of scrolls. It's that, like, this is the Nick Fury show, because this show has been more or less a breaking down of what makes Nick Fury more than it has been Secret Invasion, because in the comics, like, Secret Invasion affects everybody. Like, everyone's in on this, and
everyone was so shocked when they found out Hank Pym was a Skrull.
Yeah.
And it was like it was like a betrayal. Yeah. Like, even with Elektra and all that, like, it was world rocking. But in the show, it doesn't really feel so world rocking. It's just like, oh, okay, that's a thing.
Yeah.
They don't put so much emphasis as they should put in that, like, structure.
There was never the feeling of that they could be anywhere. They could be anyone. Like, yeah, they could be anyone, but they're not anywhere, man. Like, they usually, where Gravik and them are hiding out. And the thing in the comics, anyone could be a Skrull, because, like, there were stakes because any of the Avengers could be Skrulls. Those are the stakes. But in the show, they're just people. Like, yeah, you're a Skrull.
I just wish that there was like a few cutscenes,
Yeah.
Like Sam was training, and then one of the people on his team was a Skrull, just like monitoring him.
Yeah.
Like, just something like that. Like, something to really connect the world, give it real stakes. Like, oh my God, there's a Skrull right next to, Rhodey, Captain America. Oh my God, there's a Skrull right next to, like, fucking Spider-Man. There's a Skrull who's tracking him. There's a Skrull who still knows he's Peter Parker somehow, and they're tracking him or whatever. Like, something like that. Like, something to really give us fans, like, a shock element. Like, oh my God, Like, there's no big one in this episode. This entire episode, it's fairly simple. It's fairly simple. Things happen, characters react, and boom, it's over. Like, it's nothing crazy.
You just described the third act of every Phase 4 movie that came out. Things happen, characters react, and boom, it's over.
Yeah, like, literally, like it's just, it's not easy these days. It really isn't easy these days. I don't know what's happening personally. I mean, honestly, in a sense, it kind of makes me go like, you know what? The whole writer strike, I get it, man. I get it. Everyone deserves a living wage. But how many times have we been subjected to online comments, online rhetoric that seems to harken on, oh, this show was written horribly. Oh my God, She-Hulk's dialogue is cringe. Oh my God, oh my God. And when you start to kind of, like, when you begin to, like, count it up and tally it, that's a lot of complaints more about the writing than the actual effects or stunts or CGI. Like, Falcon and Winter Soldier had a lot of, they the dialogue, especially like the woke dialogue, or whatever the right wing says. Like they had a really big issue with the dialogue. A lot of these shows suffer with the dialogue. But at the same time, we're now on a writer's strike where writers want more money because, again, people do deserve a living wage. But at the same time, man, you niggas have not been on your bag. Like, you niggas ain't been in your bag lately. Like I get it. You want money. You deserve money. You do. But damn, man, y'all just putting out a 2-pack of ass on the regular. So in a way, I understand Disney's frustration, going like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't getting it sick. I'll keep writing shit. Like, I get that aspect on Disney. Plus, they're just a mega group, so they are dickheads. I'm not like bootlicking, but obviously they are a multi-conglomerate and they are just assholes. But hey, dog writers, I don't know. They're a tricky situation because every time we complain about them, or every time we complain about a show, writing is definitely there as well.
Never. Even a show with bad CGI, you never hear people complaining, man, I hate this show because the CGI is terrible. Like, people will stomach bad CGI if the movie is good.
Yeah. CW and Flash and everything and Legends of Tomorrow, we expect mediocre to okay your CGI. Like, you're not comparing as much as we used to. Like back in the day, like, we used to go like, oh my god, blasphemy, oh my god, it's horrible, like we were kids. Now we get it. Like, you know what? Fine. You're not gonna get a 4K IMAX quality CGI effects for an episode of TV. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think,
let it be what it is.
Like, when would you say you came to terms with was the point that, like, you came to terms with it, okay, this is a TV show, not a movie, it's not going to have the same kind of effects, I'm cool with it?
That would definitely be, and it was the guy where, like, I lost my soul. I was like, damn. So I'm watching this Marvel episode with the skulls. I was like, damn, we are really in it. Like, we're really here.
Yeah.
Like, we're really in this environment where effects like these are allowed to pass the chopping block. They're just not going to do better with the money and time that they're given. That's just painful.
And with Miss Marvel and the big crystal fists, that I didn't know how to react to that at first, because I'm like, her hands get huge in the comics and like.
I've learned to ignore it now.
Yeah.
Like, it is a power. I just feel like there's still massive dickheads for, quote unquote, trying to save that power for Reed Richards. Like, it literally doesn't matter if there's two stretchy characters in the universe. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, that's how it is in the comics. I just feel like they have this fear that they don't even have that many characters to, they don't have that many characters on the screen to begin with for them to have enough character padding to make it acceptable to have two stretchy characters. I get that element. But man, still, he could have taken a chance. What the fuck?
Yeah. And it's not like we're gonna see Reed anytime soon.
You see, and that kind of leads me to think that, okay, maybe they're refining the stretchy look. It's one of two things. They're either assholes and they're saving the stretchy look for Reed. They're fine with it. They don't have any issue. But, on the other hand, maybe there is an issue, there is a hiccup, and they're not where they are in terms of the stretching thought, like tech. Like, we saw it we saw it in Fantastic Four, 2007, 2009, and we saw it in MOM. But I feel like they want to really get it down to a proper fluidity, enough that they can have more of that stretching be present in a movie with the Fantastic Four. Because I do feel like most movies of the Fantastic Four, we've just seen Reed as a human man. Reed is like 6 foot or 6'1" or whatever. He's just there as a man, like, for most of the movie. I do feel like maybe the MCU wants to make it more apparent that in every scene you're in, you are with Mr. Fantastic. Well, not maybe every single scene, maybe, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but for a majority of the scenes, you understand, this is Mr. Fantastic. Like, he's stretching, he's doing crazy things with his body, Maybe they're saving the bulk of the research of those effects for that. Maybe they have those effects and they're just being dickheads on Kamala. It's one of two things.
Speaking of Mr. Fantastic, what did you think of John Krasinski's take as him in MOM? Like, did you like it?
You know what?
Yeah.
Krasinski's been a fan cast for like 9 years now. It's crazy.
Did you buy him as Reed Richards? Did you believe him as Reed Richards?
I did. But see, at the end of the day, no matter how good of an actor John Krasinski is, the minute people see him on screen, a lot of them will just kind of go on the, oh my god, it's Jim.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same consequence that kind of nearly, well, or maybe it didn't. Robert Pattinson with like the Batman, like, oh, he's just Edward, he's playing a Batman, gay, all of those, chats. But then when people finally saw the product, they were like, oh, you know what? He's kind of good. He's not a bat anymore. He's Batman. So it might take the audience seeing it for them to appreciate it. I feel like he can do it, but currently he's mocked by the whole barrage / groups of people who say that Jim Halpert can't be Reed Richards. It doesn't match. But I've seen him in like Jack Reacher. I've seen him in Quiet Place. He's good. He's good. He's young enough. He can carry the franchise for like 15 to 20 more years if needs be. He's barely in his 40s. He can keep cooking to like 61. He definitely can as Reed Richards. He definitely can as 61. Like, that's not a death sentence. But yeah, he's old enough to carry the franchise for as long as RDJ did. He's definitely young enough. The actor that they'd had, obviously, that Adam Driver. You know how I feel about Driver. He looks like a pit bull. Oh no! He
said monkey face, like.
He looks like a Nike Rocher, and the dog looks like a Nike Rocher. Whatever dog that's called again. Yeah, that's how he looks like to me. So I don't really like his face. He's not ugly, but yeah.
It reminds me of that guy, like Penny's boyfriend on Big Bang. The tall guy, the Zach, like he was kind of dim, like like. But yeah.
I think I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of that dude, but he's not that dude. He's like you said, he's not ugly. He's just not.
Yeah, he just looks a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's very distracting the way he looks. It's distracting most of the time. It's like, wait. Alright. It just gets you out of nowhere.
You felt the same when he was in Star Wars?
Nah, I think in Star Wars he was new enough that he wouldn't have a thing of, what's he doing here? I think he was still a stranger to it was very common. It was very like, oh, okay, this actor is a new actor and he's playing this character. Now that we know him, he just looks so out of place. It's like putting George Clooney in Expendables. Like, we know George Clooney, we love him, but what's he doing there?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit him.
That is straight up Megan Fox in Expendables 4. I'm like, I know who Megan Fox is, but why are you in Expendables 4? Just...
Yeah. It's like, well, this actor was sure cool. What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. Just... Oh, damn. It's so strange, man. Just... Though, in regards to... Secret Invasion, that opening wasn't made by some artist somewhere. It was made entirely with AI.
Yeah, it was AI.
Yeah.
It was very gnarly. Yeah. But you know what? I got the point. Because it's like, AI is trying to mimic reality. We are also trying to mimic reality, like the Skrulls are. So at the same time, it's like, well, the AI is the scroll. So like they wanted to say. So I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. That's forgivable.
Yeah. It did look. It was creepy. Like it's like no person made this. This is. Plus, when you run an image through an AI, you do get these kind of wonky looks to it. Like, yeah, it works. But
I definitely feel like throughout the whole show, there were a lot of like cutscenes.
Yeah,
because
there were scenes in the trailers that didn't make it into the show.
Didn't make it, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, dude, I don't know. That was very weird.
I think it's
and also the fact that of course Maria Hill did the interviews. She's like this show is gonna explore my character in an unprecedented way, and it just ended up becoming nothing.
It died.
I took such offense to that. Like I took such offense to that. I was like, is this what you call giving some character for Maria Hill, the Maria Hill? I was very offended.
I honestly thought when she got shot, the camera would pan up and she would be revealed to be a Skrull. But that didn't happen, so I'm like, oh damn, she's actually dead. Like,
because for all we know, Maria Hill has been this human persona that his wife has taken the role of all these years. She's the one who calls him Nick. Who's allowed to call him Nick, so she called him Nick in Infinity War. Boom, bam, Tony, his wife. So it's like, oh, Hill's just a human, she's just dead. I was like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because they already could have been, they already could have done something so compelling with that. Like, they could have made Hill either Fury's wife, Like, they could have made Hill, who's this? Tell us his daughter. They could have made her Gaia. This big reveal that, oh my god, all these years it's been Gaia. They could have done so much with that character besides just killing her for something that didn't even, they never even paid homage, homage to her at any point. They didn't say, this is for you, Hill.
Seriously, Maria Hill died and Nick Fury barely had a reaction. Bruh.
Oh no. You spoke with her mom and whatnot. Okay. Next thing you know, she suddenly motivated you. You don't even go to her graveside. You don't even have a flashback with her. She's just gone and completely forgotten by the show. And you only see her in the same fucking shooting scene on CCTV in different scenes and flashbacks. And then every time it says, guest star Kobe Smulders. Fucking bullshit.
I don't understand that though. That's just replaying footage. You're not filming a new scene. Yeah. I think
it's horrendous.
I think they were trying to trick people with that. This episode is gonna have Kobe Smulders as a guest star, so you think, oh, so maybe she didn't die, or maybe she's gonna be in a flashback, but nope, it's just that same scene over and over.
Dude, no LMDs, no. What?
You think that would be a thing? Because it's a Nick Fury thing, and this is basically his show. There were no LMDs. Just come on.
No, there weren't even any Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters. But they couldn't even bother to add in Daisy.
Yeah.
And she's been rumored to be coming back. But nothing. We got nothing.
But there's the explanation he gives when a lady asks him, why don't you call in the Avengers or something? He's like, this is my mess. I need to clean it up myself. Dude, you by your lonesome are gonna take on the Skrulls when you have the ability to call backup. Are you for real? Come on, man. That's just
doesn't make any sense.
It's basically the show saying we are not going to shell out. We need a reason why these characters who realistically would be here aren't here. So we're just going to have him explain, no, this is my mess. I need to clean this up. Just, dude. But still, though, it's kind of a habit with him, though. Like, there are... I mean, the Carol Danvers gave him that pager, and she's like, only for emergencies. And it became a thing. It's like when the destroyer came down and fucked up New Mexico while it was fighting Thor, he didn't call Carol. When the fucking Battle of New York happened and New York was almost nuked, he didn't call Carol. Like, when Ultron threatened to drop cities out of the sky, he didn't call Carol. And it wasn't until he got dusted that it was like, okay, now we call Captain Marvel. Like, just, dude. It's a theme it's fitting with the character that he wouldn't, call for help unless he absolutely 100% couldn't do the job. But still, dude.
Yeah, like his ego was so bruised that he finally concedes to calling her. It's so embarrassing. Like how many times has he called her before? Is Infinity War the first time he's ever called her back? Like, we never get any information of that. Because, like, if that's the first time you've used the thing in, like, 20 years, what the fuck was it for? Like, that's the first time you've called her. I feel like we should have had, like, something that, to be like, oh, okay, he's called her a few times. Like, maybe he called her 9/11. Like, maybe she's the one who saved 9/11 that day. Like, things like that. Like, there's no explanation of, like, their relationship. Doesn't flesh it out. Like, he goes, oh, Carol Danvers is the prodigal daughter of the galaxy. Like, okay. But, like, okay, we've seen you guys together, like, 3 times. Like, you can't even show us any flashbacks in Secret Invasion of you and Carol.
They mention her a lot.
I get it. It's your dynamic. But you can't even show us you and Carol. You don't even need to show her B-Body. You just bring in Brie Larson, talking, chatting, maybe have one CGI scene when he calls her to, like, fuck, you just save 9/11. Who knows? Whatever. But it just feels like that's the first time he's ever called her. And he kind of brought the Avengers together to avoid ever calling her. And it's like, it's so useless. It's so useless.
Yeah.
So, like, they needed to also kind of add their relationship with Nick and Carol. Like, we had one movie that was kind of like a week's worth of getting to know someone. And we're expected to believe that they're these good old friends. That's his God.
From the way they talk in the Marvel's trailer, yeah.
He holds her in such a different regard than any other Avenger. Maybe say for Captain America, maybe Tony. But I feel like Harold to him is just above everyone else. That's the person he respects the most in the entire universe.
Yeah.
Maybe second in place to his wife. Second in place to his wife, but he did kind of abandon his wife. So maybe he has respect to that much. But hey,
well, he got snapped away. To be fair,
you grow. We're all constantly growing and changing in a moment. So who knows? But I still think he cares about himself more than Carol. But who knows? Yeah. I don't think he's ever loved Carol. Unless he likes like white bitches, but I don't think he does. But let's just say that he cares about his wife the most, respects her the most, and then Carol Danvers.
Oh, you bring up Fury's wife. I did like that one conversation that she had with Gaia, and they were like, what Gaia said, like, does he like you in, like, your own skin? And dude's wife talks about, like, how, like, she stays like this because she knows that he likes the form that she's in, as opposed to, like, her normal Skrull form, and she's cool with it. Because it's like she likes looking like that too, which it kind of, goes against guys' belief that, we should be free to live as skrulls, in skin. But, it shows that not everybody feels the same way. Even Talos, like he could look like anybody. And he chose with that,
Yeah, it's also like testament to kind of how much you change yourself in the context of relationships just to find and sustain love. Like, you really change yourself, you evolve yourself in a sense. Like, not to say that the version you become is better, but there will always be some sense of you changing yourself to some capacity every single time you find yourself in a new context of emotional, fulfillment and relationships and like intimacy. But yeah, like it's such a perfect example. Like even her getting upset, like does he love you? She's like, how dare you? You have no idea the sacrifices and like it's true. Like we all make sacrifices, not to the degree where we change our entire being per se, but we definitely lose a part of ourselves in relationships, whether you like it or not. Whether you're prepared to lose a part of yourself or you're not prepared.
Yeah.
And you can see that Nick leaving post, Snap and whatever, Saber. Nick leaving, yes, while it did hurt her, it did give her an opportunity to become herself again, because she lost so much of her identity in this human form, in this human persona, playing Priscilla Davis, or Priscilla Fury in this case. And she's kind of lost herself to the notion of becoming this black woman that has been on Nick's eye for the past, we should say like 26 years. And it's like, holy fucking shit, man. 3 decades as this person. Yeah, it makes sense. The lines will start to blur and you will start to wonder, do they love me for me? It's a perfect allegory for just real life relationships. Like, just the way that things are currently, like the climate that love is in right now.
Yeah.
It's so similar. It operates on the same notions and like identities. And I love that the show wanted to explore that. Especially with the poem in I think it was episode 4, when they're in London in 2012.
Yeah.
And she reads the poem by, I think it was Marcus something. And for them to also repeat the poem in the present day as they're about to essentially have a shoot-off, a stand-up. And it's like, damn. The poem is exactly what every human would think on their deathbed, and did you get what you want?
Yeah.
Like, to feel myself beloved, to call myself beloved. Like, that is so, and when I heard that, I was like, fuck. That just really, really hit home for me personally, because there was like a similar poem or like a recital in a sense of the word that I had concocted with by now ex, but you see the DNA of relationships and their struggles contextualized so beautifully within this show, between the dynamics of Nick and Varra, because they're not perfect, but they don't try to be. And when it matters the most, they can come together for a meaningful union.
It was beautiful, man. It was such a brilliant way to cap off not just that episode, but that relationship. And even their like post-mortem of the relationship where she asked him like if would you have loved me if I'd been the real me and everything? If I'd told you from the jump, would you have loved me? And he was like, I guess we'll never know. That all relationships that end in like an amicable way like that, it is a positive thing to have that post-mortem question of like, hey, if we'd done things differently, like how would it have changed? Like, I don't know, because realistically, you don't know. You can't put yourself in those shoes, but still, it was beautiful to like see that whole thing play out, and it lays into this thing of like, this is the Nick Fury show, but it's still wrapped up in all this secret invasion stuff. If it was just a Nick Fury show, we could have had more of this. We could have seen a proper
flashback.
Like, yeah.
Flashbacks where the effects budget starts to show, because we see a lot of past contextualization of modern day issues. Like maybe we see a superhero fight set in 1998. 1999. Like we could have seen Nick Fury's entire backdrop and history. Maybe it also would have been nice to see point of view flashback perspectives, like back in the future. Like maybe you have a scene of Nick sometime during the Battle of New York in 2012. Like you see him coordinating the background. You see him and Talos, talking. Talos on like another helicarrier, like directing Nick, telling him what to do, telling him what road is to fix. Things like that. Like point of view perspective shots in a sense, kind of like what Loki did. Him and kind of an Endgame did. But that would have lent so much credence to us understanding that yes, Nick had help, but Nick is also the man. And us seeing the flashbacks establishes our belief in Nick, that he has what it takes to deal with this mess and traffic. And in a sense, it kind of supports the notion that he doesn't really need the Avengers because he is capable in his own right. Like, that would lend so much credence to that. It would make us believe that so much more. Good Fury show. And they had those flashbacks, those ample flashbacks, those well-financed flashbacks. We could have seen a lot of like different shifted perspective stuff with Nick in the background of several of our modern day encounters. Hell, we could have seen a flashback of Nick circa Endgame and them on the battlefield collecting the DNA samples, seeing Graphic maybe in like another form, or maybe him as the black guy still, seeing him in the background, because we did see helicopters flying away in the background when Professor Hulk is helping Captain in the newly built small time machine pod. Like we do see helicopters and stuff like that, So I definitely would have loved like a flashback behind the scenes. Oh, there's Nick after the Endgame battle. Oh, there's Graphic and his team of collectors. Oh, now they're gonna go get the samples. They're gonna categorize all of them, and then Nick's gonna go, using the help of Dalton or maybe even his wife, because she did mention that my work is very important to me. I don't think she's talking about those fucking plants. I think she's talking about something bigger, like that room of incapacitated real like officials draped in like a glowing, membrane. That shit was fucking intriguing. That could be Varra's work. We don't know. Varra could be the original geneticist. She is a diplomat, but we don't know what she is on Earth. And she is Dr. Priscilla Davis.
Yeah.
And we do know
she did some DNA stuff. So yeah.
Rock stars. There are genetics and science books on the shelf. And I don't think that those are Fury's books. So my work could be indicative of some crazy scroll shit that she was doing while Nick was gone, or with Nick's awareness. Hell, she might have fucking built a Tahiti, like we don't know. Like, that kind of perspective, that kind of context is so golden. Those nuggets are so needed.
You and Project Tahiti, man, just keep harkening back to it, dog. Like, what gives? Like, lay it out, man. Lay it out for me. I know what Tahiti is, but lay it out why you feel so, like, attached to it as an idea. What makes it work so much for you?
That whole mechanism, the entire reason why it became a thing is because of Fury's personal feelings towards Phil Coulson. Nothing else. There's no other death that has affected Nick so strongly in Phil Coulson's death in the Avengers. That was the death that finally made him go, alright, let's cut the bullshit. It's time to bring these motherfuckers together. Coulson is special. Everyone loved Coulson. And, yes, we did get a few nuggets of Nick cameos in Age of the Shield, particularly in the second season. But the fact that Samuel L. was still willing to go shows that he sees the value in the bond between Coulson and Fury. A bond that is extended in Captain Marvel by showing them as these kind of by partners, even with Fury having obviously a higher level of rank in S.H.I.E.L.D. But they're kind of like pseudo-partners, Coulson's like this young buck, he's kind of still got his eyes in the headlights, he doesn't really know what's what yet, he's still very much black and white. He hasn't realized that there's a gray middle, there's like a gray center. But yeah, that's a man that he has watched grow up and mature into this figure. He, for all intents and purposes, sees him as a son. He loves that nigga. Tahiti wouldn't have happened if you didn't want to revive that nigga. He loves him. I feel like they would have had the perfect opportunity to connect all of these genetic experiments we see in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all of these genetic capabilities we see in S.H.I.E.L.D. Harken it to someone, man. Give it to the Larsons. Give it to Dalton. Give it to Priscilla Davis. Like someone, man. Someone. But yeah, I feel like that was a missed opportunity with Priscilla. I don't think just being a diplomat suits her, since she is good in hand-to-hand combat and marksmanship, clearly. So, yeah, that whole diplomat name drop did nothing for me, because you can clearly see that there are more things beneath, the veil of the surface. There are more things that she has done. My work? Tell me it's not those underground, cloaked bodies. Who are those bodies? You don't know. That scene is definitely cut because it's kind of half conversated. Because it's just like you just pop back to Sonya Falls with saying, "This is how our enemies manage to get so strong." What do you mean by that, Sonya Falls? It's like, what do you mean? What does that mean? What are these people? How are these people indicative of how our enemies got so strong? Who are these people? What is this? There's no brain tracking here. So are these people who are replaced? Are these what is going on? So that's definitely an element where we see a deleted /cut/reduced scene for runtime, or maybe they decided in a post to just completely can it for some reason that maybe the scene gives away too much. Maybe the scene reveals too much. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the scene exposes too many future things that they want to kind of reveal in another capacity down the line. Who knows? But those scenes are definitely cut. And we saw increments that were kind of confusing to not even just layman viewers, but even real hardcore viewers that should be able to pick up on certain cues and contextual points that even though they aren't spoken, if you know Marvel, if you know your Marvel, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay. Oh, this is when Carl was, fighting Wong and his arm was cut in New York and he was in the Himalayas. Oh, okay. Things like that. Things that you should know with a little bit of MCU context. But even with our MCU context, we weren't even able to decipher what the fuck Sony was talking about. So things like that are if you're gonna cut a scene, cut all of it, because a lot of it won't make sense after the fact. You get me?
I do. There are some things that to this moment I still don't grasp. Gravik and Guy had Groot arms, and I'm still to this moment trying to figure out where the hell did you get Groot DNA?
Well, okay, no, that's That's fairly easy. So they got Flora Colossus in Wakanda because Groot had extended several of his tendrils to Thanos in a means to contain him, and then it was just completely busted out of them. But there were meters upon meters of detached Flora Colossus scattered across a particular section of Wakanda's battle points.
Yeah.
Battlefields.
With it's like what happened with Vision. Like, you remember, because Sword got a hold of Vision's body, and I just kept thinking, yeah, how did they get that? Didn't he fall apart in Wakanda? Like, dude.
Exactly. That's why like more context is always needed. Because yes, like look, yeah, more hardcore fans will remember. Oh, this is how they got this. This is how they got that. But even though we might remember, you still gotta keep telling us, like, oh, okay, Vision's body, when they've gotten it. Well, okay, last time we saw his body, it was in Wakanda. That means maybe the DODC collected it, or SHIELD collected it, or maybe, Sword themselves directly collected it, and then that went back to the CIA, and then they rebuilt it, gave us more vibranium, what, because of course they have vibranium, because, CIA, Agent Ross. So they definitely have vibranium chilling around there. And Val's obsessed with fucking vibranium as the new head of the CIA. So yeah, the CIA is growing to be a pretty dodgy institution, considering. Very, very dodgy. Yeah, they also the ones that recruited Riri Williams. So yeah, they're up to no good themselves, the CIA. They're up to no good.
Yeah. There's what I find weird that, we see CIA, we Department of Data Control, all these alphabet agencies, but no, what is, where are the police? The regular beat cops and detective, where's the FBI?
They're so small scale, they don't matter. I mean, we did see one cop in one division.
Like,
one.
Yeah.
That cop just outside Westview. But I feel like they're so small scale for this universe, they're just meaningless. Because you literally have supers as far down as Winter Soldier. So a cop is not fucking with no Winter Soldier. Yes, we had again, what kind of made the show down for people is that you had this recognizable face in Sam Wilson, Falcon, becoming Captain America, still getting, pointed at a police, whatever, intersection, cross, whatever. Essentially an allegory of like, police violence, but come on, man. You can clearly see it's a Falcon, like, come on.
And it immediately falls apart when dude's partner gets out of the car and says, hey, don't you know who that is? Like, dude.
Like, come on. Come on. He's at least as famous as Cyborg. Like this nigga is big. For you not to see him point a gun at him, and yeah, that's what people will talk about. Because like, how are you gonna have this agenda of him getting, what is it? Him getting stereotyped, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's a recognizable superhero. How do cops not know him? Cops should know him the most because they're fucking cops. So yeah, those few things to me make sense. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that wasn't well executed. I imagine. I see.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Things like that suck.
There were, but then you get characters I would ask Gordon, like, hey, where's the FBI? But then at the same time, you have Jimmy Woo popping up at the situation at Westview, and I'm like, wait, why are you here? Like,
I feel like maybe they deal with different levels of threats. Like, I don't know, because Jimmy Woo was in one division because he was under Tyler Hayward's crew or whatever. And Hayward is Sword, but I guess he needed some other government officials in the operation because you can't do it alone. There has to be some like vision or...
What supervision? He mostly watched the show.
That's the thing, because it makes you wonder, why is Sword with the feds? You know, Sword is like Nick and Maria Rambeau's kind of, that's their thing. Like, they founded it. Like that probably, I would assume they founded it like in the late 90s, you know. That's like that's Nick's baby. If Pierce has Shield, maybe like, if he has Hydra Shield, then Nick has Sword, Saber. Like, Nick has all of that. Him and Monica. I mean, yeah, him, Monica, and Maria. So I don't know why they're focusing on other things. Because we have things right there. We have good things right there.
Yeah, it just, it's back to that age-old question of, okay, I know who you are, but why are you here, though? Just, yeah.
Yeah, because, I don't know, because even, like, okay, looking at this honestly, Monica's powers were not easily explained. And I get it, this movie would explain them. But, like, there's such little context we've seen. Like, we've seen her in WandaVision for 2 episodes with powers. Boom, now she's in a movie. What the fuck? Now she's in space. Okay, we get it. Nick using a scroll, recruit her. He wants to see you. That they were clearly talking about Nick. She was getting recruited to save her, I guess, Nick, for her work on Earth. And I was like, you know what, you're pretty good and you have powers. Maybe he knew the powers already, who knows? So he's like, you know what, you're pretty cool. Come work for Sword. Saber, as it's called in space. Saber for the sword. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we could have seen at least a little bit more action between her and Nick. You know, a little bit more conversations about, you know, Nick, tell me more about my mom and how you guys founded Shield. Like, I mean, how you guys founded Sword. You know, like, I wish there could have been some rapport between Maria and Nick. Because as far as brothers and sisters, you know, on an African American level, like, that's the only sister you got left, brother. Like, Yvonne is gone. Like, yeah, okay, I guess your wife is a sister. You've lost Maria. You've lost your parents. You've lost so many people in your life. Now you also lost, like, integral players in his life. I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
there's too much going on.
There's a lot going on, but at the same time, not a lot of explaining going on. Because, like you said, when it comes to Rambeau's powers, she just walked through Wanda's force field and emerged on the other side like, bam, you have powers now. Like, somehow the field manifested abilities in you. So you're saying if Wu had made it through that field, he would also have powers? Is that it?
Dude, I don't understand.
Yeah. Funny enough, I remember the reason I bring up like the FBI and everything is because the FBI has this deal with like movie and TV studios. Like, if you want to use the FBI in your production, you need to like tell us upfront what you're gonna do, how they're gonna be presented, and if we're okay with it, then it gives the okay. So I'm like, okay, so when you see a guy like Jimmy Woo there, then it's like the people over at the FBI were given advance, hey, there's this character, his name is Woo, he's gonna do this, and they had to give the green light to it. And it makes me wonder, does every other agency do that? Like, because the CIA is pretty shady, so does the CIA get a little folder at some point going, hey, well, Marvel, we're gonna we're gonna do this and that with your agency, and they're like, okay, go ahead. You know?
Exactly.
It's unlikely, but like, you know, could be. You know for a fact that LAPD and NYPD don't get those kind of stuff because they do some shady things like all the like police brutality and profiling and all that. No way they'd give a green light to that shit if they knew it was coming. But yeah.
All that to one side. I mean,
the thing is, okay, Rhodey's a Skrull, and it just raises this question: what does this mean for the War Machine movie? Because that's still coming.
Armor Wars might be about like the repercussions of him understanding what's happened in a decade through his life and those around him. Because if Rhodey's been a Skrull since Civil War, you have to imagine all of the dodgy things Rhodey has helped facilitate. You have to imagine he's the one who probably set Sharon up in such a way that she can become the power broker. You know, she could have been talking to Rhodey when they were talking about like what? Were you talking about ships or government weapons? I'm not sure what they're talking about, but they were talking about something that like she made it apparent that she wouldn't have been able to get it if she wasn't pardoned.
Oh, yeah. When she was walking out of that hearing, she yeah. There was stuff that she could access now that she's back with them, you know.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess I don't know. It might play a part in the next one, but yeah, like they're not that good these days at setting things up. So it's just kind of up in the air.
Because all these shows have been totally disconnected from each other. Yeah. Because there's nothing that happens in Falcon and Winter Soldier that comes into effect here or anywhere else. Like, there's no news report or anything. It's just...
there's no article about Tiamat.
Yeah. Still.
Speak about anything.
But, you know, we do get, like, She-Hulk with the one news story about, like, guy in a bar with metal claws, you know. That's like, okay, I see what you did there. That's funny. And her friend but her friend popping out with all the makeup stuff between her fingers, I was like, okay, what is this now? Like, is this really necessary?
Had a lot of high points, good acting. You know, a lot of every actor brought it. It just kind of lost itself a bit in the ending, around the ending. So yeah. But yeah, no, they definitely killed it. In terms of what they had to work with, you know, it was acceptable for the next phase of things. But yeah, in its own capacity, it really suffers. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was decent / okay / good-ish. Just could have been so much better. Had it been executed differently.
You think if it had more episodes, it could have worked better?
Yeah, like if it had like maybe 12 or 11, like WandaVision.
Yeah.
More fleshed out, more stakes. I wish they didn't show us the Marvel's trailer early, because then we see Nick Fury in the trailer, so you know it's going to be okay. So it's like, okay, so the show doesn't matter.
Yeah, I had that same problem with Spider-Man Far From Home, because that trailer dropped when Endgame was still, like, it was on the way. It was coming soon, so I'm like, oh, okay, we know Spidey's going to be okay, and we know, like, something's going to happen with Stark, because, like, Endgame was still in theaters when that trailer came out, because, like, the teaser came out before Endgame, but the proper trailer came out when Endgame was still in theaters, like, so we knew that Stark was gonna die because they had the "everywhere I go, I see his face" line. So yeah, that was a mistake on their part.
Exactly.
But with
I what's happening with Spider-Man, honestly.
Because we were supposed to get that show, that animated show, but like that was cancelled, and now there's nothing. Just
Exactly.
Tom Holland might be taking a break from acting for a bit after that show, the Crowded Room.
Just the bombing in reviews it's kind of I think there's an interview of him from like a few weeks ago. You just see, man, he's not taking that reception well. It's punishing him. You can see he feels bad.
I mean, look at it.
He wants to go on a little hiatus. I definitely understand.
Look at it from his perspective, though.
He drink. You know he has an alcohol problem, so he definitely might drink on his break.
I did not know that. I don't really.
Yeah, he said he had alcohol or something. Like he at some point drank every day of the year, like it was crazy. For him, so young and so fresh looking, to understand that age what is kind of crazy.
You're making it sound like he's 21 years old or something, man. Like, come on, it's not like a little kid, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still surprising though. Like, really? He drinks? Damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. From his perspective, though, I mean, look at it from his perspective. Every movie you've been in up until 2020 was well received, and it made a metric ton of money. And now that you're doing these outside MCU projects, the reviews aren't great, or the box office isn't great, or both. So it's enough to like give you pause for a second, like, damn,
Yeah.
Although that whole hashtag not my Spider-Man
It was so funny in its irony, given everyone is not the Spider-Man thing.
Dude, like, I saw the clip and I wasn't even looking for it. I had no idea what was going on. I wasn't even watching Crowded Room. I didn't care. I saw the trailer. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I'm scrolling through Twitter and I just see all these people ragging on Tom Holland. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then I see the clip and I just laughed, bro. Like, people are so mad, man. Others were like, this made me sick. I can never look at him the same way again. Oh my god, like, how could he do this? What the fuck? Oh, jeez, dude. Oh man, I've never been that guy. I've never been the guy to just kick back and laugh at the chaos, man. Like you know me, man. Like, we're not those kind of people to like find the humor in this kind of shit. But this is hilarious, man. They're like, especially the guys that are like, like Tobey Maguire, would never do some shit like Spider-Man would never. Like, dudes, come on. You don't even know, man. You don't even know. I showed the scene to a friend of mine, a gay friend, and they were like, I don't get it. Nothing's happening. I'm like, dude, exactly. Like, nothing's even happening. We don't even see anything. And the people were mad. People went into a fucking hissy fit. Like, just, but yeah. Still, like, although on the more positive side, there were a few comments that were like, damn, I might actually watch The Quiet Room now. So this is that. I mean, I don't think it's the scene as much as it is who's in it. Just...
Yeah, if it was like a random ass actor from Ireland in that show, you'd be like, oh, okay, a random twink guy.
Yeah.
But it's Spider-Man and also whatever character he played in Uncharted.
Yeah.
So people they kind of feel a certain way about him.
Yeah, they don't want to see. Yeah, they don't want to see Spider-Man taking it from some black guy in the bathroom stall. You know, just. Yeah, there's. I'm like, in the year where we see like Tom Holland play a dude taking it from in the ass from some guy in a bathroom stall, we also get Timothy Chalamet bare ass nude give a guy a reach around while fucking him before slashing his throat in the movie Bones and All. I'm like,
Like, was it needed?
I'm like, dude, was it though? I mean, I can see why you do this.
Part of the creative process.
Like, dude, I can see why you'd put this there as a director. Like, this is gonna get people talking. I can kind of see that. But, dude, Timothy Chalamet gave a guy a reach around. I have seen it all.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. 'Cause the movie is about these two, you know, the premise, Bones and All, these two cannibals, they fall in love with each other. The thing is, the dude that they plan on eating is gay. So, like, Timothy Chalamet goes up and they charms him. They go out in the middle of nowhere, and, you know, as he's giving him a reach around, then he, like, kills the guy, they eat him. But, like, there is this argument of why couldn't you just take him to the middle of nowhere, then kill him? Was the whole scene of y'all stripping down naked and getting it on really necessary? I'm like, well, there's arguments for it and arguments against it. Either way, it made me laugh. Just of all things, dude, that scene made me think of the movie Platoon. There's a scene where Ollie Ermy, I think his name is, like this drill sergeant, and he's like yelling at everybody. Like he's this, like, if you've seen this guy, you know who he is. Like, he's just yelling at people, and he's this one guy, and he asks him like, "How tall are you?" Like, he's like, "I'm like X amount of feet tall." And he's like, "God damn, I didn't know they stack shit that high." And there's this one guy, he tells him,
"Oh, yes."
Yeah, that guy. So he tells the one guy, "You look like the kind of guy to fuck a guy in the ass and not even have the common courtesy to give him a reach around." Well, we now know Timothy Chalamet is not that kind of guy. He is a solid dude. He will fuck you in the ass and have the common courtesy to give you a reach around. So there's that.
He's a perfect killer.
Yes. Oh, shit. You know, he may kill you and eat you, but he'll at least have the common courtesy to give you a reach around. You know, like...
Yeah, he'll help you out a bit first.
Which is weird, because you'd expected the same shit with, like, you know, the Dune fans would be like, he's, like, not my Paul Atreides or whatever. Like, but no, there was nothing. Just,
yeah.
Whew,
if you think about it, the perfect killer would be one to sleep with you first.
Yeah. I mean, that was that guy.
You can't get more vulnerable than when you're in sex mode.
Yeah.
You can't get more vulnerable. When you're like leg is up in the air, the other one is thrusting, like you're so vulnerable. You're doing anything.
Yeah.
So
that's that guy
that's the perfect time for you to get popped.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yes, that was it. That's who that guy was. That guy. He would, like, you know, screw some of his victims before he killed them and ate them. Like, that was definitely what made him an effective killer.
Now imagine back then, there wasn't a lot of, like, publicly gay niggas out there, so
yeah.
He was doing it, like, he was feasting with this, because he was just...
He had to put in work. I mean...
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah. Oh, shit. But, yeah. I do...
Because studios were just ass back
then.
Yeah.
I mean, with the current state of things...
Relax, but
yeah. But I must ask, though, with you see all the castings for Superman Legacy? You know, we got Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl,
what's that guy? Not Amazo, Metamorpho. It's that guy from Gotham. Guy Gardner is Nathan Fillion, which is weird. I'm gonna just point that out. That's weird, cause it's weird, cause if anything, no, just not that. If anything, I thought he'd play Hal Jordan. Like the fact that he's Guy, like.
Yeah, because again, you're gonna have that ugly ass bowl cut. I don't know if they're gonna be able to like make it work on him.
Yeah,
I don't understand, and because also, if you want to have like a 55-year-old Hal, that's cool, as long as you set Guy up to be the next one, or Jon Stewart. Like I feel like Hal hasn't gotten a lot of movie Hollywood time because we've been obsessed with the Dwayne McDuffie done Jon Stewart and how he wrote him and all of the excellence that they had done.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Hal has been in the zeitgeist as much, especially with this bad PR following his movie in 2009. I definitely see how he's not the main character anymore. They can have him in that movie, Hal, but if he was played by Fillion, being older would have made sense if it would have been in lieu of introducing a better, more prominent lantern. Guy is a very interesting choice, a very inspired choice given its gun. So you don't know what we don't really know what plans he has for that character at the moment. But yeah, very inspired choice by Gunn there.
I feel it's a misstep to cram all these characters into this, what is supposed to be the first big movie of this new DC universe, because this is, at its core, a Superman movie. But it's a Superman movie that has Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl and Metamorpho. So it's like, okay, Supes is here, but so are all these other guys. So is this a Superman movie or like a proto Justice League movie? Because that's the vibe I'm getting here.
Or like a prequel Justice League movie, because if it's the JSA, they're the precursor.
Yeah. Unlike in...
So it feels like they want to multi-establish people, like multiple characters at once. Build this like character/universal history.
That doesn't always work. Doesn't always work. Just look at Amazing Spider-Man 2. Didn't work back then when you shoved a bunch of characters in. So, and that movie had 5 villains. So, well, look, technically 2 villains and like 3 teasers for villains. So, like, but yeah, that didn't work out. So, shoving in multiple heroes, it's like, okay, we gotta introduce. Here's a problem with the film. We gotta introduce this new Superman, and we also gotta introduce Guy, and introduce Hawkgirl, and introduce this Metamorpho character. Give his backstories, because we can't have them just show up. You do need to explain who are these people, why are you here. That's gonna take time away from Superman's film.
Yeah, that's true. It's strange. It is strange.
But I do know, I know that I will be there, as soon as I can be to check it out. I do want to see Gunn's take on a Superman
what's going on.
Yeah.
Like what's happening.
Though I'm not a
side of the fence.
I'm not a fan of the Trunks coming back though. Just I thought we were beyond those.
I like them. They're classic. They're timeless. I can excuse them personally.
Yeah. I liked when the New 52 came along and he was no Trunks. I liked when Man of Steel came in and he didn't have the Trunks on him. His suit looked dope. It looked amazing. Like just even the black suit, I liked the black suit when I saw it in the comics. It looked cool as hell. Just the black and silver just looked cool. But Speaking of the black suit, it makes me wonder what universe is the Flash in the Flash movie? Because he references the time he time traveled in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but in the news report where they show Superman taking on the volcano, he's got the red and blue suit on, but at the end of Justice League, he still had the black suit. So I'm like, what universe is this in? Like,
I guess he switches suits, which is confusing. But yeah, like, evidently, Soups is a guy who switches suits.
I don't know, man.
Evidently.
Yeah, but it's like, the thing is, the reason he used the black suit is because, like, his original suit, he didn't have it on him, and it had a hole in it from where, you know, that thing stabbed him. So, like, you know, Lois had it in her bed, but, like, still just, I wish they kept that black suit, but, like, it's still confusing because he references the time traveled, and he tells Bruce about it, so it's like, I mean, it's confusing what world this is in. Plus, him and Iris do know each other, which is in the Snyder Cut, so, yeah, it's...
Yeah, like, what isn't? I get you.
Also, I seriously annoyed by this line that James Gunn said about, like, oh yeah, we cut Ben Affleck out of Aquaman 2 because I don't want to make movies setting up movies that aren't gonna happen. And yet, the ending of The Flash fucking is, like, set up to a movie that's not gonna happen. Just that universe ends with George Clooney's Batman, and that's it. Just,
That was some brutal, unnecessary shade.
yeah, just, oh, man, just why?
It's pretty weird.
Just end the movie like that? Like, we end the movie with Flash's tooth falling out, cut the credits. Just,
yeah. It's just very weird.
I don't understand that. And that was a reshoot. Just, oh, Jesus.
So, are never good news. They're never good news.
Yeah. The fact this movie had multiple reshoots just shows, man. Just shows. Oh, it's a solid movie until that point. That's when everything goes horribly wrong. Like, also because we don't see a conclusion in the universe that Flash leaves, because the one where Michael Keaton is Batman, the one where there's no Cyborg, no Aquaman, nothing. There's no conclusion to that. They don't save that world. Barry just leaves. Like,
yeah.
So in that universe, in that timeline, Zod just wins, and that's that. Batman dies, and Kara dies, and that's it. He just pails. Fuck, man. At least in Flashpoint, he fucking saved the day before running back to stop his younger self. I mean, jeez. Didn't save the day, he, stopped the war, but, at least he stopped the war. I mean, damn.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. But I will call out one bullshit thing in Flashpoint movie. Thawne taking a bullet to the head and surviving to reappear in the Suicide Squad sequel, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. You got shot in the fucking head. We saw the bullet exit, and you're like, I ran so fast and I used the Speed Force. I bought myself time. Like, what? You bought yourself time? Bullshit.
Once your brain is in, you should be mentally retarded at that point. You shouldn't be able to think, I gotta slow down my cellular, so I don't die. No, money. Really be dead at that point. At that point, you should have been long dead.
Yeah.
The moment those synapses are cut, it should be I don't know what you why you're still out here fighting for your life for nothing.
Doesn't make makes sense. I guess it was just a case of they wanted Thawne as the villain, but at the same time couldn't, not, what's that thing? They couldn't retroactively, like, I don't know, they couldn't pretend Flashpoint didn't happen. Let's say that, yeah.
Exactly. This is so dumb.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted the Flash or the Suicide Squad to go up against a speed-based villain, there's more than just Thawne. He's not the only, bad guy who's fast. But,
Exactly.
I still can't get over that scene. Remember when you were kissing your first, you were with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed. So
Yeah, that was a very, healthy meme.
dude.
It's funny because I saw one that included Ezra's actions and, the crimes and, the
Oh,
charm.
yeah. And he's like, remember when you did all this stuff? And he's like, that wasn't me. That was all you.
It's such a good meme, and it clearly has, big, long legs for, lasting in the meme world.
Absolutely.
They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that.